Good morning, lovely people of Puerto Vallarta and the world. I'm so happy you are here for Puerto Vallarta right now. I see you, Albert, with your hand up, but you weren't first here today. Nope, we had, who did we have first this morning? Panamacera? I think that's who you are. Good morning to you. Good morning, John. I see you. Yes, vacation is coming soon. I see you, Mark Hartman. How you doing? And of course, today is also Mexico's next game. We'll talk about that in a minute. So we'll throw out a goal. Jonathan White, good morning from Minneapolis. Who else we got? We got Karen out there. I see you. I see you, John. I see you, Den and Kathy. Nice to see you. Of course, you're here, Sly. Always here. Chandra, Karen. All the usuals are in the house, and I'm happy to see you this morning. I hope you're excited to be here too on what is the final show before I go on vacation for a few days. It's going to be the very first break I've ever taken from this show since February 22nd, when this show was born. How crazy is that? Good morning, L3. I see you out there. I see you, John. Steve, sorry, John. They're coming in fast. Lily, I see you. Good morning. Oh, I do deserve a break. I am feeling a little exhausted. Good afternoon, Lori. Nice to see you back. Good morning to you. All right, I'll keep going with the good mornings as we go, but happy to see you in here. Happy for the good mornings. And again, you are at Puerto Vallarta right now. It's 10:02 a.m. I'm behind. It is the 30th of June. June's about to be in our rearview mirror as July is about to be here, which happens to be my birthday month, my dad's birthday month, my mom's birthday month. A lot of July stuff going on. My birthday happens to be July 14th, which is Bastille Day. So the nice thing for me is that France shoots off fireworks for me every single year. Thank you so much. I know that and your sons too. Nice. I know that they hate that I call it France like a Texan instead of France. But hey, thanks for the fireworks anyways. I do appreciate it. All right, let's jump into things real quick. And first off, of course, here's a live view this morning at Puerto Vallarta. Sometimes I feel like I could show the same photo every single day, but I don't. I go out there and I take the photo every single day when we do the show and make sure they have. I see Steve with coffees already. I think that's a hint that we need coffee. I love that. That's hilarious. Nobody's ever beaten me to the coffee time. So here we go. Let's do it for you. What do I hear, Steve? I hear it. Yep.
Clink those cups, let's wake again.
Ooh, I'm ahead of myself. All right. We did it. We coffee timed. Let's move into the news a little bit. Cheers to y'all. Cheers. Hey, Kirsten, nice to see you. Good morning. I'll even toss you. I haven't seen you in a little while, so I'll toss you a goal. Go! Welcome to the show. And health. Absolutely. Why not? All right. Here we go. First up, of course, today is, of course, the big match. It's between Mexico. I see you out there, Kirsten, with your goal, and Ecuador. So here's an interesting little tally I put up this morning for you. Let me get you a little better view of that. Look at that. So Mexico plays Ecuador. Yeah, so it does translate your Spanish because that's your browser doing that and YouTube setting. There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. I've tried to fix it. But if you screenshot that little symbol it does in front of health, and put that into your AI, maybe you'll figure it out better than I can. But yeah, it always translates to Spanish. It makes me crazy, but I digress. So here we are, Group A. If you're following along, if you're not following along, here's Mexico. Mexico is the only team. Now here's a bit of trivia for you to tell your friends. It's the only team right now that has won all 3 of their matches and not given away one opposing goal. Whoa! So good luck against Ecuador tonight. That's at 7 p.m. Pretty exciting stuff. Thank you for the soccer ball, Steve. It's going around my screen right now. Oh, there we go. Everything's opposite. So, hey, that's a big deal tonight. 7 p.m. Puerto Vallarta time. Let's go Mexico. Also, this is the final time I can remind you. PVRN is taking its very first ever vacation. That's going to start tomorrow, actually, the 1st and through the 6th, which is just 4 shows, but I'll be right back here on Tuesday the 7th. I'll put up a notification and all that, but please stick with me. Just take a little break with me. Enjoy your mornings. But I'll be back, I promise. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate that. And good morning to you, sir. All right, what is going on in Puerto Vallarta? Yesterday we had a lot of negative news, and today, luckily, out there's a lot more positive news. So that's good news. So let's start in with what we got going on. All right, so we saw this one yesterday, but this time it's kind of an update on where Puerto Vallarta is going after the latest incident. So municipal authorities and wildlife biologists in Puerto Vallarta have finalized plans to establish a technology-driven monitoring network to manage the regional crocodile population. This administrative decision follows an increase in crocodile sightings near public beaches, estuaries, and river mouths, which experts attribute to seasonal rainfall patterns that naturally elevate the reptile's mobility. And we talked about this yesterday. This is totally normal this time of year. What isn't normal is somebody being attacked and killed, unfortunately. So obviously this gained urgency after a recent fatal interaction, as they're calling it, prompting safety officials to look for proactive methods to manage public spaces where human and wildlife areas overlap due to urban development. The tracking project involves the deployment of global positioning system devices to monitor the movements of the crocodile species across the municipality. Data compiled by the monitoring stations will assist civil protections team in identifying movement patterns and issuing timely advisories to residents and tourists. The environmental researchers emphasize that while encounters remain statistically too much coffee, rare relative to the total number of annual visitors, which this is true. It's kind of like when there's a shark attack on a beach. We don't love that, but they are very, very rare. The continuous expansion of tourism infrastructure into wetland borders necessitates a rigorous framework to balance public safety with preservation of a protected species. So there's an update on that. The government's definitely not sitting around on their hands deciding what to do. That would be bad optics for sure and not respectful to the family of the person that was killed, but also an effort to, protect us from them and protect them from us. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some retaliation out there in the community on the crocodile species, which also isn't fair. They're doing what they do naturally, even if creates an unfortunate situation. So I'm hoping Puerto Vallarta can figure that out. And I will say cheers to them for implementing a system. Probably long overdue. Sorry about that. Cheers. I messed it up there. Go. Boop. There we go. And we'll see where we end up with all that. If you have an opinion about that, put it in the chat. We'll talk about it. But otherwise, let's move on to some other breaking news. This morning as well. There is our Mayor Munguia sitting in a panel, and this is because the municipality of Puerto Vallarta has now formally approved an initiative to secure 1.2 million pesos from the Jalisco state government to add and reinforce local support systems for female victims of violence. This allocation is directed towards the municipal implementation of the state-led Barrios de Paz initiative, which is focusing on protective services for women, adolescents, and children who are facing safety risks, regardless of whether they possess active legal protection orders. The program is designed to enhance the professional response capacity of municipal personnel who provide direct accompaniment, legal counseling, and physical protection. The funding will distribute resources across three specific operational components: education equality workshops, specialized reflection centers designed for men to promote behavioral change, and the Safe Mobility Program, which targets public transportation safety as well. In previous annual cycles, Puerto Vallarta stood as the sole municipality in all of Jalisco to deploy all three segments of this framework, providing direct benefits to more than 5,000 individuals. Local officials expect the incoming state funds to maintain this operational standard and consolidate security oversight across high-risk neighborhoods. Well, this is good news. I mean, it's bad news that we even have to have it, of course, but it's good news that this administration is focusing in on it. They have the funds for it. I believe that obviously trash and trash control steals all the headlines, but every now and then there is a good headline to be had, and there is something, positive going on with the community and the administration is doing. And I think that's a big one. And I think it's also surprising to me that Puerto Vallarta stands alone in putting out those 3 initiatives. So good news there, I think, for the population. I agree. Very good news. So Puerto Vallarta, I applaud you for doing the right thing there and definitely helping out a community that needs attention. And this is a systemic problem in Mexico. It might be a bit of a cultural thing, but I'm not going to step out of my lane here. But I think it's something that's not just Mexico, it's worldwide, but also needs to be addressed. And these women and children need to be protective, and men need to kind of reflect a little bit. How do they act? How do they treat people? So I'm all for it. I think it's a good thing. I think it's good news. And right now, we need some good news. 100%. I need good news. Sometimes reading this news is depressing, like yesterday. Today is much better. All right. The governor of Jalisco, we all know Pablo Lemus Navarro. He just announced that the state has successfully, I don't think I have a video for that one. Oh, well, maybe. Has successfully completed his primary hosting responsibilities for the initial stages of the FIFA World Cup, designating the region as the most successful and culturally representative venue of the international tournament. Big words from our big governor. Official government tallies indicate that public events, including major musical concerts and organized viewings at the Guadalajara FIFA Fan Fest and regional venues like Puerto Vallarta, drew a cumulative attendance exceeding 700,000 people over a 15-day period. And it's not over. Prominent regional international musical acts performed across the various public squares to engage both domestic and international visitors. Security agencies representing municipal state, and federal jurisdictions reported a complete lack of major incidents. True. I mean, there was a little bit of rowdiness, but nothing major that I know of, and achieved a clean safety record throughout the multi-week operations. Governor Lemus also highlighted that the high volume of international travelers, including prominent diplomatic visitors such as King Felipe VI of Spain, demonstrated the state's logistical capacity to manage massive international gatherings. While the scheduled matches in Guadalajara have concluded, public viewing zones and the official fan fest venues, including the one here in Puerto Vallarta, are scheduled to remain operational, broadcasting all the tournament matches until the final game concludes all the way out on July 19th. That's a bit of good news. I like that as well. So yay, Governor Lemus, throwing some good Jalisco news out there, and even dropping in a bit of good Puerto Vallarta news as well. Again, we're a town that needs a little bit more good news. So let's continue with good news. How's about an event? All right, I'm out of town for this one, as we know. I've harped on that enough, but I definitely want to share this, and I'm even going to pop it up on the slide. Let's put a big slide up for this one so you can read it. Again, if you're familiar with it, or if you're not, the Facebook group I run, the Gen Expats PV, we put together a committee to have events every week throughout the summer to help local businesses. This committee will stay in place until October, and then we'll go back to normal while I do all the events and run the group. But this is it's a nice break for me, but it's really a great initiative for the community. A big shout out to Jill and Sharon and Tanya and Wendy and Gina and this all gal crew who's out there. And I hope I didn't miss anybody. I'm doing it off the top of my head, who are just spending their time every single week reaching out to local bars and restaurants, trying to spread that love around and getting more people into seats and really helping the community survive what has already started out as a tough summer. So this one is on July 6th. And really anyone who wants to meet other people and mingle and meet the Gen X crew, if you're a member, great. If you're not, go over and join up and come to this event. But it's really a way to help local businesses, like I said, during the low season. But secondary, it's really getting people to meet new people and make new friends and get together and really enjoy yourself and have a good time. And we all kind of need that right now. So the first one, like I said, this one, it's not the first one, is going to be at the Twisted Palm for their Martini Monday. And Jill is the one heading this one with also another good friend, Dirk. And that's going to be from 4 to 6 p.m. And because this is a 2-part event, You can do both. You can do one, but then you head to dinner at a local Mexican restaurant called Donatella in the Romantic Zone. So this is pretty exciting stuff. And again, if you're a member of Gen X Paths PV, it's right up in the featured section. Just RSVP to the event. Let them know if you're in for drinks or drinks and dinner. Please RSVP right on the Expats Facebook group. If you're not a member, just come on in. We accept any generation as long as you're cool. And notate again if you're doing drinks, dinner, or both. So a big shout out to that committee. Huge kudos to them. Thank you for kind of taking that off my shoulders this summer. I can't do everything. So that's a huge, huge help to me. So thanks to everybody out there that's doing it. I hope they're out there watching right now. And please come out to this event and support the local businesses. It's a huge help if you're in Puerto Vallarta. Even if you don't go to this event, just go out there, have drinks, have dinner, do something in town. See a show at Act 2 BV or the Palm. Just keep seeing stuff for as long as they're open. Now, some of the shows might have shut down for the summer, but just keep hunting them out and helping this town get through what's going to be a tough, low season. All right, let's do this. Let's have a cup of coffee first, or a sip of coffee. Over-caffeinated today, I think. I am mixing up my words more so than usual. But this is kind of a fun story, though. This one's not in Puerto Vallarta. This one's in Mexico City, and I've got a video, so don't tune out now. This is the time to have a little bit of fun, and you're going to laugh at this video probably. But in Mexico City, a large gathering of Mexican football supporters, aka soccer, they organized, past tense, an assembly outside the hotel, which was lodging the Ecuador national football team in the Santa Fe district of Mexico City. Have you guys seen this? You're about to if you haven't. The demonstration, coordinated by various social media networks, aimed to intentionally interfere with the rest and recovery of the visiting athletic squad on the last night preceding their critical tournament today with the Mexican national team. And so what they did was they utilized a continuous combination of vehicle horns and synchronized chanting and loudspeakers and some fireworks to generate the maximum, as they're calling it, acoustic disruption around the perimeter of the hotel building. All right, this has to be seen. Are you guys ready to see this? Check this out. I'll run this a couple times. This is pretty funny. So here we go. This is what was going on outside their hotel. And from what I understand, this might have run through all or most of the night. I kind of like at the end of this video, they kind of zoom in on a window and you can see people standing there looking down. But the visiting athletic, so what happened was some of the sports media outlets let people know that they're staying there, like I said, and the crowd just continued to grow in size throughout the evening. Local police forces were monitoring just to make sure no additional security would be needed. But they did eventually deploy some more security to make sure that the athletes could get some sleep. So they did shut it down at some point. But this is just Mexican spirit, man. Even if it's a little bit, I don't know, maybe it's cheating, maybe it's not. It is hilarious, and it's not great. I get it, Joe. It just kind of made me laugh a little bit. Mexico's taking this very seriously, even to the point where maybe they crossed the line just a little bit. I'm not condoning it, but if Mexico wins, okay, well, maybe that helped a little bit. All right, don't do that. All right, hilarious and awful is exactly the word for it. All right, so here we are at about 19 minutes into the show. I hope you got a little bit of a laugh today. I hope you learned something. Yes, if you were a guest and was not there, yeah, definitely bring your earplugs. There you go. Kirsten from Santa Monica Girls, who's an avid traveler. Always carry your earplugs with you. You just never know when all of Mexico is going to show up and honk horns at your hotel. All right. Thank you for the well wishes, John. I appreciate that. Again, tomorrow I'm off. I'll be back on the 7th. So no worries. The show's going to resume just as normal. Thank you so much for joining. Do take a minute. Shoot me an email. Even if I'm out of town, I would love to hear from you. There's my email address. If you need it, I think you see it all the time. It is hilarious. It is somewhat awful. I agree. Thank you so much for all the well wishes. And again, if you're new to the show today, Hit the subscribe button at the bottom, hit notifications on. You'll never miss a show when I'm back from vacation. Thank you so much for all the well wishes. I'm hoping Dallas goes well and we have a good time there. I'll see you guys. Go Mexico tonight. I hope we got great news to talk about as Mexico advances to the Sweet 16 of the World Cup. All right, take care. Thank you for all the well wishes on vacation. I'll see you all when I get back. And thank you so much every day for joining Puerto Vallarta Real right now. I got to remember the name of my show because without you, it would not be our show. All right, everybody. See you guys on the 7th. Take care.